Hey, YouTube. This is really for the parents. I am a walking testimony of this. So having three siblings and I'm the only one that have dyslexia that I know of. I don't know if my other siblings have it, but I know I do. I was in two special ed classes, and it pretty much helped me out pretty good. So if you ever have kids, just have it. There's nothing wrong of putting your kids in special ed classes. I ended up being a nerd. My grades and my credits was better than my two siblings. Actually, my credits and my grades, my GPA and my grades is better than all three of my siblings. Because I was a book nerd. Having two classes that was special ed and regular, my other class was regular. But I still done my work in my regular classes too. So if you ever have kids, if you ever have kids that's gone through that, or you ever been through it yourself, sit down and talk to your kids and tell your kids that you've been through it. And make them feel comfortable that it's okay to be in the special ed class. You might get made fun of, because I did, but I was a nerd. Like my family called me a nerd because I was always in the books. Every time I was always and forever in the books. So you could call me a book nerd, you could call me a nerd, you could call me a geek. It was crazy to get put in that situation, but it was cool. Like, I'm like, it's intense to be in my situation, and there's moments where you cannot spell, and you have to ask people to spell it, or you have to pronounce it yourself. It might sound right in your head, but at the end of the day, it may not make sense. It may not make sense at all. Like, at all, it may not make sense to get put in that situation where it might work out in your head, but then at the end of the day, it don't make sense. But then you have to, like, sometimes I have to have somebody else text it for me so it can make sense. Or there's other moments where I just verbally say it, like in my phone, and have my phone say it. So I have to say it slowly so it can make sense. It sucks mentally and physically. It completely sucks to get put in that situation where you gotta be in that situation where you gotta deal with the learning disability. I don't understand how people like to judge people that have something like that. If you ever it's always, and people don't get this, there are famous people that have ADHD or some learning disability with them, and you would never know. You would never know that some famous people have a learning disability. And if you actually listen, and there's a one famous person that's on The View. The biggest famous person on The View. I heard her say this herself, that she has dyslexia. And it's Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg has a dyslexia or something like that. She is one of the biggest famous people on the show. All those movies that she made and everything. Come on now. I know there's a lot of other famous people that it was like McDreamy. He was on Grey's Anatomy. The one that was really called McDreamy. Cannot pronounce his name. If I had it in my head, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But the one that he ended up empowering people to read him his lines. So you can't really talk crap about anybody else. And there's famous people that have to have their lines read to them or have it in their ear. Have them to probably say that stuff in the air that you probably will never know. So you cannot and will not be judgmental to anybody that have ADHD or some other learning disability that's there. I don't talk about mine. Like, I truly don't talk about my learning disability that much. Like, I need to, but I don't want to. I can't stand to talk about mine. The only time that you don't know about it is when I'm really pissed off. If I'm like legit pissed off, it's not even there. You would never know that I have a dyslexia. Is when I'm pissed the fudge off. When I'm pissed, you would never know. I have been so pissed that it gets the way that I would start cussing like up the storm. I don't care about nobody. Like, at that time, I don't care about nobody's feelings. I actually wouldn't. Like, I'm like, I cannot stand it. I truly cannot stand the fact that I have a disability like that. Because at the end of the day, I would be mad. I would be mad. Like, I can't stand it. Like, I can't. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I can't stand it. My bad. I can't really stand how out of three of my siblings, I'm the only one to have it. Like I said, I came out as a preemie. But I guess when you come out as a preemie, you have to be in an incubator or something like that. It's insane. It's truly insane when it comes down to that. It's truly insane. I would never expect to be the only one that has a learning disability. And it's a fun fact. It's actually a fun fact. Rightfully, it's a fun fact to be the only one. To be the only one to be like that. I cannot stand the fact that I'm the only one, but like I said, I don't understand it. I'm still trying to understand it. Like, like I said, I'm a walking, talking testimony. Right? I still trying to wrap my head around it. If I do have kids, would they get my trait? Would they get their dad's trait? Who would be the dominant gene between me and my man? If I ever do if me and my man ever do have that intimate, I mean, I hope my kids will have my man's dominant genes. I don't want to bring my kids into it. But the way that I'm hearing about this planet, I wouldn't want to bring kids into it. Like, I wouldn't want to bring my kids into it. Especially, like I said, if I happen to want to have the dominant genes of them being dyslexia or ADHD. But I wouldn't be able to help it. Like, I wouldn't be able to help it at all. At all. Like, I can't picture it. Hands down, I can't picture it. I mean, I can, but I can't. I mean, I do have dreams that I had kids when I was like in my 20s. That was different. But now it's like if I was still in my 20s now, I wouldn't mind having, like, wouldn't mind it. Like, I wouldn't mind dealing with having kids, but it's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm trying to, uh, I don't, I don't know how to deal with it. As an auntie, I don't really know how to deal with it. If my 3 nieces had it, I know two of my nieces, they smart. I don't know about my third one at all. At all. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how people could deal with it mentally. I don't know how people could deal with having a kid with dyslexia or ADHD. I know grown-ups that's older. The older generation. I know some of the older generation might have it, but you would never know because they don't talk about it. Like, they don't talk about it. It's crazy. It's like the fun fact. It's a fun fact. It's a fun fact that a lot of people struggle with being dyslexia or ADHD or any other thing that's out there. It's, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really deal with that, but I guess